Hello, everyone. My name is Ray Bedje with Razor Training Systems, and I'm thrilled to be working with my friend Jason Bamlett from REMAX House of Real Estate. Jason, how are you, man?
Good to see you, Ray. Great to be with you.
Yeah, it's great to be with you too. I was thinking about our friendship. We go back doing business and friends for over 15 years, but you've been doing this 37 years in the real estate side of things. And I kind of looked at your background and it's pretty impressive. Number one REMAX Realtor in Western Canada, member of Canada's top 10 100 REMAX agents, Diamond Club member, REMAX International's highest award, member of the REMAX International Hall of Fame, $1 million club member with Calgary Real Estate Board for over 18 years, top 1% of all Calgary Real Estate Board members. Jason, you've got quite a track record. Well done.
I appreciate that, my friend. You hang around long enough, and some of these ribbons start coming your way. But it's been fun. It's been fun.
Attaboy, attaboy. Hey, let's just start out the way it is. Jason, come clean. How's the market? What's happening? What's going on?
Well, obviously, interesting times. Certainly challenging. But depending on what side you're on coming into this market, there are some pretty unique opportunities. I'm watching those every day. Certainly a different environment as people are worried about COVID and what the protocol is, but happy to say that our industry has stepped up and made it as safe as possible so business can continue. And we are an essential service at this time, and we're here doing business as I'm in my office today.
Attaboy, attaboy. You worked in good markets. You worked in bad markets. How's this market any different? What's going on this market?
Well, here in Alberta, we've certainly had our challenges. We're an oil and gas town, despite a lot of effort to diversify. This is what runs this province, and that part has been challenging. And COVID has just added another layer to it. I do see that we are rebounding, and as society opens up again, some backlog is going to keep us busy in the short term, but definitely some uncharted waters moving forward.
Jason, I went through your track record and the accolades that you've achieved. What's your secret, man? How did you achieve all that stuff? Because you can say you've been in it a long time; it'll come your way. I would disagree with you on that one. There is some magic to what you're doing, and what is it?
Well, in short, I learned not right out of the gate. I was 11 years in the business before I obtained any sort of sales consistency and record. And in that 11th year, it was also no coincidence that I got married and really had to start taking it seriously. And I was challenged by an industry trainer to start branding myself and becoming a specialist at something. So over the years, I definitely have competitors that I have to pay attention to. But overall, I've tried to create a brand where I'm the go-to person, or at least one of those go-to people within my market. Good market, bad market, that has sustained me over the years.
That's pretty interesting. And I think we should talk about your brand because I'm a huge believer. It doesn't matter if you're in the real estate, if you're in the oil and gas business, if you're in pro sports, there's only three things you got to sell. You got to sell yourself, you got to sell the organization that you're with, and you got to sell your products and services. In your case, it's REMAX. That brand's well known. In your case, the products and services are the floor plans and the communities and the houses that you're selling. Talk to me about the Jason Bamlett brand. What have you done in that side? Because I think it's the one side that most salespeople have a tendency to kind of forget about a wee bit.
Well, probably the biggest hurdle in creating your own brand is being that person. A lot of people, despite the kind of outgoing, gregarious nature that salespeople are, it's tough to be that person. It's tough to be recognizable. And, it comes with that mindset. And as I said earlier, my first 11 years, you could probably stand next to me at the office and not know who I am. But the evolution of it came again from the challenge to do something different. So it started with a company out of California by the name of Hobbs Herder, who helped develop a logo for me. And not to replace my company, but kind of to work hand in glove with it, identifying myself as something a little bit different. Signage, business cards, websites, all were were branded, and that started again developing the recognition that it's so important. In our business, we say if you go to the grocery store and they ask you how fresh the lettuce is, you're not having an impact on your market. And going to a place within my market is still the thing that motivates me the most. It's nice to see your clients and interact with them, and um, that's how it's been built. And just staying consistent with it. I've done a slight variation of the logo over the years. I've had the same cell number for now 35 years. I want to be in the same place all the time with repetition, so people know that they can count on me.
Well, and the name Jason Bamlett carries weight. The JB, you see it across town. You got a little Austin Mini that cruises the marketplace. What's that about? How does that fit in?
Well, I'm in my new office. My wife and I moved to a different part of the city, and it was closer to come and work at REMAX House. I spent 26 years at REMAX Mountain View. But when I came into this market, I wanted the local residents to know that I was here. But this office that I'm in is full of established people, and the local bus benches and normal outdoor media was already taken. So the Mini was through the networking that I do within REMAX, and a colleague of mine actually in Germany had a similar car done, and I completely plagiarized everything that he was doing and branded it for myself. I didn't want it to be just my name on the car, but I wanted it to be recognizable. It's my hashtag is REMAX Motorsports, and the Mini is recognizable as much for the car as it is for me. But we use it for a program that I introduced when I moved here called Private Client Services. And it's just a way, again, of being in front of people. We sponsor community hot chocolate and skating parties within our neighborhood. We coordinate it with open houses and other unrelated things, kids events, scouts, anything that you can imagine. We let the Mini show up and be seen. Even in the early days of COVID, we were using that. The real estate board took the open houses away from us. So we were just setting up in a community park, keeping our social distancing. The Mini was on site, let people know that I'm there, and gave me a chance to talk and calm some fears moving into it. But that little car, the investment of it, and the rebranding of it has, it's worth its weight in gold. It's been absolutely fantastic. It's not for everybody, but it works for me.
You mentioned a five-letter word called COVID, and everyone's experiencing it, no matter who you are right now. And a saying that's been bantered about it is the new normal. So what's the new normal going to look like coming out of this, Jason?
Just got off the phone with our representative from the Alberta Real Estate Association, and there is talk about part of the new normal, reintroducing some open houses to it. It's still a little worrisome because our business is very social. Any sort of sales is social, and the biggest relationship comes from that interaction. That's what people seem to be yearning for right now. So I on a personal level hope that comes back. That's actually what motivates me, is the people that I'm engaged with. So the new normal is going to come with these protocols. For a real estate agent like myself, showings are going to be done by appointment only. Gone are the days that you can just roll in and out of an open house. There's going to be some disclosure that's going to be required depending on the comfort level of that particular buyer or seller. We all have to do that under the umbrella of agency, meaning we have to protect the identity and maintain the anonymity of our clients going into these transactions. But there's a lot of smart people around this, and there is a way through. So during COVID, we absolutely maintained showings. We went to virtual, which was something I had been doing for a few years anyways. I have a YouTube channel with those types of presentations available, and that kind of filled the gap of open houses in the short term, but definitely a learning curve. It's almost a day-to-day function right now.
Jason, you said another word that's key in sales and business development, and that's relationships. And you need those whether you're in real estate or any other form. how are relationships going to change, and the relationship model of how traditional salespeople were conducting business? How's that going to change coming out of this COVID?
I I always say I know great salespeople in every industry, and I think that is absolutely the glue to these transactions that can be very scary. They're day to day and routine for us, but the relationships, I think it's actually, the top agents, the top salespeople will figure out a way to become even more valuable to their clients. And the tools, I feel like I've chased paper my entire life. Now electronically, this forum for virtual meetings, um, it can give that security that people are worried about, and contact that COVID is presenting, but also they're great tools to still gather people together and make business happen. But you have to put yourself out there. You have to create that understanding within the marketplace that you are the person and that you have the tools to handle this.
Jason, we have different backgrounds, but we're all of the same cloth. And your words are my words. They're your words. And I'm just a big believer. You got to sell yourself. I'm a real big believer. You got to build relationships, and I'm a real big believer. You got to add value. If you had to give any advice to someone starting in sales or trying to expand their sales, or just elevate their game in sales, what piece of advice would you give someone?
I would say again, the branding, but the relationships are critical. Just regular contact. You sometimes even during these times, I find that clients are very appreciative of even just a quick phone call. Old school note cards. Some of the broadcastings that we do, like on this forum and my email service, Bomb. But those relationships are important. As I say, I know great salespeople in almost every industry, and when things are tough and people are looking for security, it's that go-to person that they're going to invest in my opinion.
I love what you said as well. It's funny, I've been sending out a lot of cards as of late, and everyone's corresponding electronically, and you get a piece of mail with your name and address to you. And, I'm 100% convinced in my mind, the one thing I know, it's getting opened. Whether they respond to it, at least they're having a look at it. So that's very, very cool. Jason, I thank you so much for your time. Best of luck. Let's get out of this. There is a light at the end of the tunnel, and I think we're going to start seeing some things, and I can't wait to catch up with you on the water. You know what our passions are with boating, so we'll see you out there, man.
Absolutely.
All right.
Appreciate it, my friend. Appreciate you and your work. You take care. Nice to talk to you.
Thanks, Jason. You too. All the best.
Thank you.